A chilling new horror movie begins with fairies. Not the ones out of the storybooks, but the ones from your nightmares. Mark Twain, Shakespeare, even Ian Fleming may still be writing from beyond the grave. AI reveals hundreds of hidden Nazca lines in the Peruvian desert. A CIA psychic claims to know where the Ark of the Covenant is hidden, and a 2,600-year-old seal in Jerusalem bears a doomsday warning. The U.S. Navy patents propulsion that looks suspiciously like UFO technology, and Matt Rife steps into the world of Annabelle, and experts are warning it could be deadly. And a scientist insists that the Bermuda Triangle mystery is solved. But has it been? Really? The stories are real. The drinks are too. And we all know words is hard, especially here on the Paranormal 60 News. Good evening and welcome, Darklings. It's the Paranormal 60 News, and I am your unshaven host. I am Dave Schrader. Joining me now, ladies and gentlemen, the right-hand man with the plan, who is here, believe it or not, Senor Chachi, or Backstreet's Back All Right, as he prefers to be called tonight. What, are you dipping into your 90s childhood dance craze? What's going on, Chachi?
Every time I scroll the socials, all I see is the Backstreet Boys selling out the Sphere all the way till, what is it, February of next year now?
Good
Listen,
for them.
It's good enough for them. It's good enough for me. So I'm back.
Agreed. Welcome back, sir. Good to have you here. Ladies and gentlemen, the paranormal detective and author of so many books, from How to Be a Paranormal Detective to Diaries of a Paranormalist, Messages from Mothman, Detecting Paranormal, and Roswell, the After Action Report. We are lucky to have him. He is the paranormal detective, Greg Lawson. Good evening, Greg.
Hey, old buddy. Yeah, that's crazy, right? Lots of books.
Yeah, good to see you guys. All right, now that we're all here, we can get started.
What? Everybody's here? Just the three of us?
Oh, wait, no, I forgot. There's one more person.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, America's greatest hero is still not able to make it, but we do have Sweet Tea. Hey, Sweet Tea, good evening.
Hey.
You're really bringing the energy tonight. I appreciate that. Thank you.
That kind of Colonel energy, though.
Yeah, she does.
That energy's coming from the street.
Yeah, look at the excitement. That's the kind of energy I want to see Sweet Tea bringing to the show when she pops on.
I miss it.
All right. Hey, I've got something. I'm out and about, as I'm often doing, and I come across a book, and the title alone grabbed me. So, Chachi, tonight you get to be a hero. You got to be a hero, baby. You're going to keep an eye, and I know this is hard for you, but you're going to keep an eye on the comment section.
Okay. Yeah.
Tonight, you're going to choose, so you might want a pen and paper there. You're going to choose whoever you feel is the ultimate Darkling tonight.
Ooh.
Man, woman, child, maybe a Muppet. I'm not sure, because I have a novel by Laura Anderson, award-winning author of the Bolin King. She wrote the book, The Darkling Bride.
Wow.
The Darkling Bride. How about that?
Yep.
Yeah. So at the end of the show, Chachi will select one of his favorite comments. We will get your information, and you will be the proud owner of the Darkling Bride. So prove your Darkling love this evening, and let's see some witty banter. Let's see some good comments, some good commentary for the show. We got a lot to burn through, a lot of good stories coming out this week, a lot of strange stories too. And I'm going to just mention it. Coming out right around the beginning of September is the brand new issue of Shadow Zine magazine. Have you guys heard of that?
No.
Of course.
Yeah. Shadow Zine magazine is
you tell us
pretty
about
remarkable. And I happen to be the author of the September issue of Shadow Zine.
Oh, are you reading me? Come in. Hello? Greetings from the Shadow, and welcome to Shadowzine. My name is Jeff Belanger. I'm an author, podcaster, and explorer of the unexplained. For 30 years, I've been investigating the paranormal, UFOs, monsters, and things that bump in the night. Lately, you may have noticed how major TV networks and even social media networks have been pushing our favorite subject back into the shadows. I say good. That's why I launched Shadowzine, a monthly underground publication that covers your favorite topics in depth by some of the leading writers and researchers out there. If you're looking for 30-second TikTok clips, go somewhere else. If you're ready for a deeper dive, put down your phone and pick up Shadowzine. You can't find it in stores. This is old school print. Head to shadowzine.com and be part of the underground revolution. That's shadowzine.com, and I'll see you in the shadow.
Yeah, so I will have the brand new edition of Shadowzine, and I'm excited about it. I get to share one of my favorite UFO stories, real historical story, one that I think belongs in that Rendlesham, Roswell kind of pantheon, because this left behind evidence that we can actually still see today. So check it out. That'll be coming out. I'll give you more information as it gets a little bit closer. But speaking of writing, I don't know if you guys know this. I guess it's hard to keep a good writer down even after death. And that's what our first story takes us to. Imagine a world where the boundary between the living and the literary fades. Literary.
With an L.
And entire books are claimed to have been written by spirits. Sounds like something out of fiction, right? But in the dawn of the 20th century, this was a cultural fascination. Mediums using Ouija boards or automatic writing brought forth manuscripts supposedly authored by departed souls. And they weren't fringe stories. They involved the likes of Mark Twain, O. Henry, Patience Worth, Shakespeare, and surprisingly enough, even Ian Fleming, the creator of James Bond. In the 1917 era, Emily Grant Hutchings and medium Lola Hayes baffled the literary world by claiming Mark Twain had dictated a brand new novel to them from beyond the grave. The book, called Jap Heron, that's Jap, J-A-P, Heron, Herron, appeared in print, but Twain's daughter, Clara Clemens, intervened, halting publication, destroying unsold copies to protect her father's legacy. Then there was the dramatic return from O. Henry. The following year, medium Albert Houghton Pratt alleged that O. Henry's spirit guided him to write new short stories. Pratt described feeling haunted by the late author's overburdened with plot's soul, whispering new tales late to him in the middle of the night. Then you have Patience Worth and Pearl Curran. Perhaps the most prolific of these ghostly authors, Patience Worth, spoke through Pearl Curran beginning in 1912. And over the decades, Curran produced novels, poems, plays, and Hope Trueblood in 1918, a rich, archaic narrative emerging from a Midwest housewife who, critics noted, had no formal literary education. Then you've got channeling Shakespeare. From Shakespeare's Revelations to My Proof of Immortality, mediums claim the bard dictated works from beyond the grave. T.G. Tucker even published sonnets of Shakespeare's ghost under the pseudonym Gregory Thornton, generating intrigue, even skepticism. I know that's hard to believe among the scholars. And finally, the literary seance doesn't just end with long-dead canonical authors. According to Moon Mausoleum, in 1970, a retired bank officer known only as Mr. A and his daughter Vera claimed they had received a manuscript from the afterlife, a brand new James Bond novel allegedly penned by none other than Ian Fleming's spirit, titled Take Over, a James Bond thriller. The work apparently arrived via Vera during seances prompted by trauma after her mother's death. Fleming's brother, Peter Fleming, read the manuscript. Skeptical, he concluded it bore little resemblance to any of his brother's iconic writing styles. So why are these supernatural claims still sending shivers down our back all these years later? The stories belong to a time when spiritualism was in vogue and readers craved the uncanny as much as they craved plot twists. Twain's daughter burned manuscripts. Curran's work bewildered critics. O. Henry's spectral plots lingered in rumor. And Ian Fleming's supposed ghost-written Bond thriller, it adds another layer of intrigue, not to mention irony, to the world of metafiction. So tonight, when we ask, what if Isaac Asimov, like Twain, Worth, or even Fleming, kept writing even after death? It isn't just a spooky setup. It's real, strange literary history, and it's still haunting the margins of what counts as authorship. So, obviously, the skeptical side, I think, of all four of us comes out and says, well, it's kind of interesting that you're channeling Ian Fleming or William Shakespeare to write these new pieces. But what would that look like? And I would guess that if you're that creative an artist, that even in death, you may not be done telling your story. What would it take for you, Sweet Tea, to believe that this book that I just churned out and claimed that, came to me through spiritual guidance of George A. Romero, creator of The Night of the Living Dead, what would prove to you that this was something that I actually channeled from him?
The script would have to be mediocre at best, but I would also very much love it.
Yeah,
That's how
can
I
pretty
know it
much
would be
assure you
real.
if I wrote it, it's going to be mediocre at best.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be it. I don't know, Greg, being a paranormal detective, if you're looking at these things, people are claiming that they're getting stories from the other side. How reluctant are you to believe it? Or is there a part of you that just wants to lean into it and enjoy it and read it?
Yeah, I think it would be kind of fun to lean into it. Who knows? If you could do like the unofficial version of Mark Twain, I guess you could do that now, right? You could
Sure.
write a book and say this is an unofficial version that he sent me via the Beyond. I don't know.
I'm not sure. Chachi, you got, I guess that'd be like the same saying that John Lennon's ghost or George Harrison's ghost is coming through and helping me write new music. Again, there have been these claims, and there are many musicians who claim that they will be sitting there totally lost for an idea, and suddenly something strikes them and they start writing it. And then they realize that it came out in the voice of like a Roy Orbison or some other musician that's passed away. Do you think that being tapped into that, having that kind of element of imagination and ability would allow for the spirit realm to come through you and help you create something new?
I believe if you are taking the right medication, certainly that would allow it to happen, right? At the end of the day, it's all art. There is no bad art. So whether it's coming through that way or some other way, I want to hear it.
The crazy thing is AI is getting so good, and I'm sure in the next 2 or 3 years, I mean, being digital platform, you're not going to be able to tell from the other digital real platform. But you can make, like you said, Roy Orbison. It's all you got to do is just say, here's the lyrics, write it like a Trans-Siberian Orchestra singing with Roy Orbison, and see what happens. So I think it's amazing. And I know there's a lot of people against like the holograms and that sort of stuff, but I think it's really interesting and keeps that person's thoughts and spirit alive, I think.
Well, there was that comedian, those comedians, 2 years ago, that kind of fed into AI humor and jokes as written by George Carlin.
Yeah.
And asked it to write its own stuff.
Right.
So it wrote all the comedy and then it performed it in the voice of George Carlin. And when I listened to it, the voice was eerily good. And that was 2 years ago. I mean, there were definitely points you could tell it was a little AI, but he told good jokes. It was topical. It was as though George Carlin were amongst us today, but you could still tell there was like a little twinge of the humanity that was missing from the delivery of the jokes.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely.
I could be wrong. I don't know. All right, Sweet Tea,
We all
you've got a
agreed
story
about it.
for us.
Oh, that's me. Okay, hold on. Hey,
to these
AI cracked
school-
one.
Yeah,
Yes.
go ahead.
Okay, AI cracks one of archaeology's oldest mysteries. For generations, the The lines of Peru have baffled archaeologists and captured imaginations around the world. These massive drawings, etched into the desert floor thousands of years ago, depict animals, plants, and strange geometric shapes. You can only truly see them from the air, which has always raised one big question. Why were they made, and how many are still hidden out there? Now, thanks to artificial intelligence, we've got some answers. Researchers recently trained AI to scan endless aerial images of the Nazca Desert. What would take humans decades to analyze? The AI accomplished in months. And what it found is astonishing. Over 300 new geoglyphs, nearly doubling the number we knew about. The newly revealed shapes include birds, humanoid figures, and other symbolic patterns, many of them placed right alongside ancient walking paths. That discovery suggests the lines may not have been just artwork for the gods in the sky, but also served as ritual routes, guiding possessions, ceremonies, or even teaching cultural lessons as people walk them. What makes the breakthrough even more exciting is what it means for archaeology as a whole. With AI's help, we're not just uncovering secrets of the Nazca Desert faster, we're opening the door to finding countless other hidden sites around the globe. From lost burial mounds to forgotten ruins, entire chapters of human history may be waiting for us, just out of sight until technology helps bring them into focus. So tonight, as we marvel at these ghostly desert drawings stretching across Peru, remember, the ancients left us messages carved into the earth itself, and it might just take a machine built thousands of years later to finally help us read them. Back to you, Dave.
What do you guys make of the Nazca lines? I mean, the concept that we put them there, that humanity put it there to convey things, but supposedly you couldn't see it unless you were up at an elevated deal. Do you believe that this is alien interaction? Was it just humans telling a story, like the hieroglyphs that are on the Egyptian tombs and pyramids, or are we looking way too deep into this? It's just maybe there were a bunch of bored villagers who decided they were going to draw cool patterns in the dirt, and it's just kind of been a part of it all these years. Because I really don't feel,
Maybe,
I don't know, looking at it, I don't really feel like this is alien related, but that's my take.
no, I feel
Now,
there's a middle ground between bored people and aliens. Like maybe it is like a ritual thing. Maybe it's a religious thing. Maybe it's just hey, it's a billboard. Who knows? But I'm not gonna give it to aliens because I mean, come on. People existed and did a lot of great stuff without aliens. It's fine.
Did you hear that, aliens? I know somebody who's up for a probing.
Man,
Yeah.
when I was a little kid and I looked at those old Time Life books and that sort of thing, you know, I thought, you know, if you have enough food and you have enough security and you're kind of sitting around the village going, well, okay, we got food, lions aren't trying to eat us. You know, you start getting a little crafty, right? And start doing other things. And the sky was so related, you know, it was so connected to ancient civilizations. Send them some messages and figure out how to write something really big so they can see it way up there. Nah, I don't know. I kind of thought about that when I was like in 5th or 6th grade.
I like
You
it. You
shouldn't
know,
think
there's
any
also
further about it after that.
there's also the belief that Native American, indigenous peoples, First Nations, whatever the proper terminology is, had abilities of connecting to the animal world. And wouldn't it be interesting if they were getting the concepts from tapping into a crow or a hawk or an eagle? So they were getting an overhead view, kind of like they were, I don't want to say skinwalking, where they're transferring their ability, but it may be that they were able to sync with the animal life around them and give themselves the bird eye view of what they were creating. I mean, they
I
make
like
it
that
sound like
idea a
these
lot.
are deeply artistic pieces. They're not, right? I mean, they're very rudimentary, basic outline designs. So it's not like they were flawless in their execution. So to me, that seems like that would be a more feasible concept, that we were connecting with a familiar that allowed us to see through the veil. I don't know. I'm always fascinated by those things. But again, you listen to some of the stuff and it feels like they're trying to shoehorn it in so much into something strange and unusual. when I think one of you said it, like billboards, this might have just been, hey, look at, these are things we've seen. This is what's out there.
That was me.
Good talk. Good talk. All right.
That was not you.
Everybody's a
Well,
little
I think
quiet.
we're gonna find out here in a couple of weeks when we go to Phenomenon. They should have the answers for us there.
Is that what it is? I know the answer is that Phenomenon is now officially sold out. I just saw that. How exciting. But
It's I think Bonsai Warrior got the last ticket.
Oh, excellent. Good job, Bonsai. Hope to see you there. Hope to see many of you there. Reach out to us. Let us know you're going to be there. Love to see you. Get together. All right, let's go.
Where's that located, Dave?
What? That's in Vernal, Utah.
Thank you.
Vernal. Yeah. You can get more information at darknessevents.com. For that and all the other remarkable programs I'll be a part of this year. All right, Greg. Dr.
Hey,
Jones, it's time for you to shine, my friend.
Whoa. I thought you said tonight was just opinion pieces.
Yeah. And my opinion is you're going to read this story and then we're going to talk about it.
Oh, boy. The Ark of the Covenant, psychic glass balls. Yeah, I said glass balls.
Yeah, you did.
Secret caves and ancient legends. Now, if Hollywood ever needs a sequel to Raiders of the Lost Ark, which, by the way, I'm pretty sure they had like 8 sequels to the Raiders of the Lost Ark, but this definitely could be it. Tonight's tale, it's stranger and far more mysterious. Imagine the legendary Ark of the Covenant, Moses's. That's what
Moses's.
Moses's gold-plated chest of divine power. Man, I think that's a good movie title right there.
Yeah.
Being tracked, not by Indiana Jones, but by CIA psychics, secret caves, and centuries of religious myth. Decades ago, the CIA delved into remote viewing, the controversial art of seeing distant places with the mind. In one such experiment in 1988, a psychic only known as Remote Viewer 32 reportedly described a hidden container shaped like a coffin, made of wood, gold, and silver, decorated with angelic figures. The location, deep underground, beneath domed buildings in the Middle East, guarded by unseen entities. According to the declassified account, this could be the Ark itself, protected by powers unknown and impervious to force. Bold stuff. But even one of the CIA's own remote viewing veterans dismissed the claim as unfounded without any physical evidence to back it up. While that might be or sound like it's a conspiracy thriller, the Ark has sparked more grounded as well as more spiritual speculation throughout history. One enduring theory comes from Ethiopian Orthodox Church. The Ark rests within Axiom. What? The Ark now rests within Axiom, the northern Ethiopia, locked away in a secret chapel, the Church of Our Lady Mary of Zion. Tradition says it was brought there by King Solomon's son, but scholars who glimpsed at the chest described what they saw as a medieval replica, not the original relic. I know what that's
snap.
Yeah. That's what they say, man. That's what they say. Don't shoot the messenger. I'm just passing it on. There's also Jerusalem's Temple Mount, the city of David's Holy of Holies, still considered by some to house the Ark in a hidden chamber deep below. Yet, decades of political sensitivities and religious reverence have made thorough archaeological investigation practically impossible. And then there's a story from the apocryphal book of Maccabees. Before the Babylonians razed Solomon's temple, the prophet Jeremiah supposedly hid the Ark in a secret cave, its location whispered only to the faithful, waiting for a time of redemption.
Wait a minute.
All of this. What?
Jeremiah? Wasn't that cat a bullfrog?
Yeah. Well, that's part of the like the little sigils and the carvings and stuff.
I thought he was just a very good friend of mine, but yeah, good.
So all of this raises some tantalizing questions. Where is the Ark of the Covenant? Is it hidden underground, guarded by mysterious forces, safely enshrined in Ethiopia? sealed beneath sacred ground in Jerusalem, or is it still waiting in a cave, unseen and unproven? Tonight, let's lean into this mystery, because whether legendary relics are found through psychic vision, archaeological pursuit, or sheer faith, some secrets might be meant to stay hidden until their time comes. Back to you, Dave.
All right. So, Ark of the Covenant.
Yep.
I don't know, because I went to a religious school. I knew about the Ark. I knew about the staff and the Spear of Destiny and the goblet and such. But do you think that the Ark of the Covenant would have the same popularity if Raiders of the Lost Ark never came out? Would people even be discussing
Absolutely
it as
not.
something?
Nope.
No?
Absolutely not.
I don't think so.
No.
No.
The church I grew up in was not about the artifacts. It was about not the great stuff. But I don't know the details about all the artifacts that are in the Bible that everyone's looking for, and so I'm like, I guess Ethiopia. That sounds right. I don't know. Sure.
Addie Firebird says that it's buried on Oak Island. That makes sense.
That's not
That
true.
makes-
I can tell you what's not buried on Oak Island. Any secrets?
Anything,
Nothing.
anything important.
We found a Fanta bottle cap. We must be getting closer. This means that at some point the Templars stopped here to slake their thirst. Yeah.
Are they
whole
also
concept that
juggalos?
what?
Nothing. Go ahead.
Okay. Glad you interrupted for that. So the concept that this might be some form of radio, that it gets transmissions, that it's an arc of power, that it's some kind of strange battery. Why do you think, Chachi, let me hit you with this. Why do you think it has to be something more than just a box that carried the 10 Commandments and like Moses's slippers? Why do we have to assume that it was also this magical box that could create energy and speak to God?
I was about to say something, Dave, about the importance of a magical box.
Wow.
Hold on. You asked me a question there, Gregory.
Yeah, did
Yeah.
I?
Let the man speak.
I
Have a mustache.
think everyone wants to believe in a magic box, right? And so what they're doing is that, Dave, are you not getting what I'm giving out here?
I'm getting it. I'm
Okay,
getting
good. Listen, everybody, no matter what age, has that magical box they just want to get their hands on, right? And so I think that's what people are selling here. You can get your hands on the magical box.
You just have to go to Ethiopia to do it.
Yes, but if you knew the magical box was there with 100% certainty and you'd never had a magical box before, you'd go.
Or East 12th Street.
I don't know what that is.
I don't know what that is either. Strange references. You and Sweet Tea are obviously broadcasting from the same zone of the Twilight area. I will say this. You look at this and you say, okay, this is interesting. It's, a remarkable piece of history. It's something that was mentioned. Are we making more of it? However, I have a very good friend of mine who is an explorer, and his name is not Josh Gates. And he just uncovered a legendary historical document that many have said doesn't exist, and he actually found it. And this news should be coming out soon. I'm hoping he breaks it on the show, or at least within the first week of it, he'll talk with me on the show. But holy cow, the information he's given me behind the scenes is insane. So to believe that there are still some of these remarkable finds out there, these historic legacy pieces, a week ago, I might have been a little bit more skeptical of it, but due to the fact that I know somebody who legitimately found something from ancient manuscripts that told them where it was and they found it there, that's pretty remarkable. That's pretty cool. Yeah. Okay, good. I'm glad we all.
All right. Well, good show.
Well, you tell me I'm an idiot. It's just your mouth. It's fine.
I don't remember saying you're an idiot. Did a show of hands? Did anybody else hear me say she's an idiot? No, I didn't think so.
Semantics.
You must be reading our text, Dave.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
All right, Chachi, it's your turn to shine, son. What have you got to share with us tonight?
Well, first, we are almost halfway through the show.
Yes.
We're halfway through the stories, and I'd like to give a quick update on my top 2 votes so far, so
Okay.
people know what they're up against. Is that
Uh-huh.
fair? So let me take a quick gander here. We have 2 that I've found to be quite interesting. The first was from Mandy Hatch, who said Dave took it out of her mouth.
Wow.
Yeah,
Huh.
I thought that was insightful, visual,
Uh-huh.
and something to look forward to.
Kind.
Well,
as
The
well.
second one, I believe the name is Jean, Jannes, Roast, who said, I've been told my box is magical. So I believe what I was saying earlier has actually come to fruition. People are looking for magic boxes, Dave.
we'll keep watching for your comments, and you may be able to win this copy of The
Wow.
Darkling Bride by Laura Anderson.
All right. Can I get to my story?
Yeah, let's
All
get
right.
going.
Listen. We're going to do something we've never done on the show, Dave, right now.
What's that?
Okay.
Read.
Read without making a mistake. No, I want everyone to close their eyes because I am going to tell you about something brand spanking new that we are still 3 weeks away from seeing.
Okay.
So picture this for me, Darklings. Quiet, brooding Welsh countryside where the trees whisper and the shadows seem to move on their own. That's where the brand new horror movie Rabbit Trap is set. And this one isn't about vampires. It's not about zombies or haunted dolls. It's about fairies. However, not the cute Disney kind of glittery fairies that you find in children's books. These are the old world fairy folk, tricksters, deceivers, and things you probably don't want to meet when you're alone in the woods. Now, the film stars Rosie McEwen, who I think everybody remembers from The Black Mirror, and Dev Patel, who was awesome. He was in Monkey Man and the Green Knight. And this is Patel's very first horror movie. And the trailer has people buzzing. Why? Because it's giving off strong Innkeepers vibes. Great movie. That kind of eerie, slow burn tension where sound is as terrifying as sight. Now, in fact, sound design is actually at the heart of this movie. One character says, and I love this line, when you hear a sound, you become a sound. With your eyes, you enter the world. With your ears, the world enters you. Ooh, love that. Love that.
Wow.
Almost like the movie is daring us to listen a little too closely.
Are we talking about magical boxes still?
I have not gone there yet, but thanks for asking. Fans are already calling this an A24 horror film in spirit. That's pretty high praise. Rabbit Trap hits theaters September 12th. So if you thought fairies were just bedtime stories, this might change the way you feel about the woods after dark. Is this got Jason Bateman in it? Did I hear that?
I don't know. You read it.
You read it.
I didn't get to see the movie, though.
Jason Bateman's name might have been among the top there if he made the movie.
You think so?
Did I hear this right? That Rodney Dangerfield's in this movie?
I think it's Schwarzenegger, Dangerfield, and Bateman.
Yeah. Come on, we have to find the fairies. All right, let's do this. Let's take a very quick break. We'll come back, and you guys can enjoy the dulcet tones of Sweet Tea and more. Right.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Have you been feeling called to explore your intuitive gifts and deepen your spiritual practice? Then Pathways to Spirit was created for you. Sarah Lewis has been teaching Pathways to Spirit for over 16 years. In that time, she's watched hundreds of students grow into their gifts with confidence and clarity. This isn't just about learning tools. It's about understanding how your energy works and how to use it with intention. Over 6 months, you'll learn about your own intuitive abilities and how they show up, working with crystals, energy tools, dowsing rods, automatic writing, remote viewing, and a number of other tools. But this course is about more than just learning. It's about embracing your sensitivity and living your best life. Register now at mediumsaralemos.com while there's still space. It's time to uncover your gifts and abilities. Are you ready to join this extraordinary journey?
Welcome back to the program. This is the Paranormal 60 News. I'm your host, Dave Schrader. And this next story I'm excited to talk about because I would say that growing up, obviously many of us that are fascinated with the paranormal field grew up watching In Search of.
Oh, yeah.
Sighting, unsolved mysteries. The ghosts, the Bigfoot, and the alien cases, I always thought they were interesting, but they never grabbed my attention as much as the Bermuda Triangle. As a kid, the concept of the Bermuda Triangle absolutely freaked me out. It freaked me out so much too because I think my dad, Jim, his parents were big believers. And when you're hearing it from your grandparents and they're old and they're supposed to know things and they're telling you how dangerous the Bermuda Triangle is, that I think really kind of flexed into my brain this fear. And now I have gone through the Bermuda Triangle 4 times. As a matter of fact, Chachi, you've been on it with me as we've cruised through. Sweet Tea, you've been on a cruise ship with me as we've gone through the Bermuda Triangle. And Greg always has an excuse of why he can't go with us on the cruise, but that's cute. Anyway, I digress.
I typically get a flare up right before the cruise, and it's just no point.
That's the way it works, buddy. We find out last minute. That's when they open it up to the Jacks and Roses. Then they can let you in. Here's your steerage ticket, Mr. Lawson. Enjoy. Well, now for decades, the Bermuda Triangle has been haunting the minds of people around the world. It's been the stuff of nightmares and fascination. Ships gone without a trace. Planes vanishing mid-flight. Entire crews lost in seas. Seem cursed. Was it aliens? A portal in time? The hand of something supernatural? Now, one scientist claims it's all far simpler. According to him, there's nothing mystical about the triangle. It's just math, weather, and bad luck. With so much traffic passing through that stretch of ocean, accidents are bound to happen. Combine that with the sudden storms, shifting currents, and human error, and you get disappearances that sound far more sinister than they actually are. It's a grounded explanation, one that tries to shut the door on decades of speculation. But here's the thing. Statistics can't explain why entire ships vanish without a distress call, or why experienced pilots have flown into calm skies to disappear forever. So is the Bermuda Triangle solved, or is science just giving us a neat little bow to tie around a mystery that still refuses to die? And I'd love to chat with you guys about that, because obviously, that frightened me as a child, the concept that it was probably bad weather. And I don't know if you've seen, like, they've taken ships in small bathtubs and they'll release like natural gases, and it flips the boat over. And we've all been on the cruise except for Greg, and we've been through part of it when there's been bad weather. And even when you're up on this massive ship, you're rocking and rolling and you can feel the waves crashing. So to me, smaller boats and ships, sure, I completely understand how they're there 1 second, gone the next. And it has nothing to do with voodoo magic, the devil's hand reaching up and pulling you into the ocean. But the fact that planes, ships, and for so long have just gone in and just vanished without there's no debris field. And Greg, you're a professional diver who goes down looking for bodies and debris in certain instances. Shouldn't there have been more debris, especially when you had that whole flight squadron? What was it? Flight 19.
Flight 19, December 5th, 1945.
Yeah. And they just vanish. And then 2 more planes go in looking for them and they vanish. And there's no debris. There's no oil slicks. There's nothing.
We prefer to call it debris, but
that's when you get circumcised. Debris.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't want that.
No.
So
Again,
I tend to think, they're really working on trying to find some of this stuff. There's a lot of new technology out there now that's getting cheaper and cheaper. And I really think that we're going to find some of the planes from Flight 19 in the next 20 years.
Really? You think in 20 years they're still going to be there and not having been just eaten up by the ocean at that point? I mean, then it should be 100 years.
Yeah, there'll be kind of reef formations, and depending on how deep it is, of course. But that stuff is still there. I mean, that it's getting eaten up, but it's still there. So
would we even notice it? I mean, you look at some of these things that have been down there 20, 30, 40 years, and they're covered in crustaceans and tropical underwater things where you could be swimming right over it. And if you don't know what you're looking at, you could be passing right over a lot of this debris.
Yeah. So the technology that's coming out now is becoming so refined to where you're able to see the difference between metal and non-metal surfaces. And so even if it's covered in some sort of marine growth or something like that, you'll still be able to differentiate between the two. And the shapes, they're unnatural shapes that you would be looking for. That will
right,
key you
even
in
with
on
that said, they just felt that they found what could have been the best possibility for Amelia Earhart's plane.
Yep.
It was in the shape of the plane. It looked like a plane, but when they finally went down there, it wasn't a plane, right?
Well, they're still working on it. So I think they have a big expedition that they're going to do. And I say a big expedition, it's going to be like a 14-day expedition because it is so expensive. It's so far away from anything that it's prohibitively expensive. And what's the payoff? A TV show, a documentary that half a dozen people are going to watch. I don't know.
Half a dozen, sir.
Maybe more than that. Hey, you're looking good, T. Look, she's not as pixelated. You're up.
Oh, yay!
You're good.
That's
Look at
exciting. Yay!
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah.
talk about
I told
that
her
more.
if she shut down her Only Feet page, all the traffic
It's
would
difficult
stop
because
talking.
I have a lot of things I need to do there, so I don't want to shut that down completely.
Wow.
I don't know about that. Let me check this real quick. We got to make some mentions. Mark Lanou throwing $10 our way toward the purchasing of a magic box fund. We've got music Smerry. Smerry needs to watch Scary Fairies. Addie Firebird drops $20 on us. Yes,
Look at
put
you,
this
Addie.
in that magic box. Our buddy Scouse overseas says, Chachi, the next David Attenborough. Anyway, thanks for all this and happy to see you all a few times a week.
I
We've
support
got
that.
Deb from SAC throwing $5 our way. Cruising with Dave would be a blast. Woo-hoo. You are correct.
Nah,
It
he
is a
just
good time.
works the whole time.
A lot of
It's
fun.
fine.
Sybil Winfield drops $12 on us. Appreciate you guys. Thank you very much. Thank you all for the lovely donations that go directly to pay my bills. So I appreciate that. Thanks. Yeah. But don't feel bad because I do hold some of the money up so that Tressa sees what it looks like.
Yeah, I know what the bills look like now.
Yeah.
I've never
Amazing.
touched them before, but they look really nice and fancy.
Yeah, I stick with the Monopoly ones I gave you. Just keep practicing with. When you get that right,
People refuse to take those, and it's weird.
Mm.
They say bad things to me.
well, it's the things you keep trying to buy with it. I think that's upsetting the apple
Oh, well,
cart.
yeah, that's probably that too.
Yeah,
Apple cart? What?
yeah, you heard me.
Mhm.
Apple cart.
I'm
You should
trying to
look
buy
that-
apple carts.
Look it up, author Greg Lawson.
Wow, look at all those things. Those are
Yeah.
amazing.
Hey, by the way, folks, Greg Lawson's an author. I don't know if any of you have heard that, but you can get all of his books
What?
on the Amazon. So go check out Greg Lawson, PhD, MD, PPED, OPP. Yeah, you know me. He's there. He's square. Check it out.
Got to do it.
Let's go. Time for our seal, our Oreo seal of doom. This does look like an Oreo cookie, doesn't it?
Wow.
Yeah, it does.
I'd eat
Yeah,
it.
like a special edition Oreo.
Yeah.
Hey, I didn't
eat
look
it.
up any of these names, so if I say them wrong, sorry.
They're
Hey,
not listening.
thank you. Ancient seal unearthed in Jerusalem carries a doomsday warning. In Jerusalem, archaeologists have uncovered something small but packed with mystery and weight. A 2,600-year-old clay seal, or bula, I guess, dating back to the First Temple period. What makes this discovery remarkable is what I said, isn't just its age, it's the inscription and the personal touch it carries across the centuries. Etched into the seal are 4 Hebrew words belonging to Yediah, son of Yesuyahu. The name links directly to a family connected to the royal court at the time of King Josiah. And in a detail that feels almost supernatural, the seal
Have a
still
drink.
bears the fingerprint of the man who pressed it into clay nearly 3 millennia ago. The context makes it even more compelling. During Josiah's reign, a sacred scroll was rediscovered in the temple, most likely the Book of Deuteronomy. Its warnings were grim: famine, defeat, exile. Josiah was so shaken by these prophecies that he launched sweeping reforms, cleansing the land of idols and calling his people back to their covenant with God. Asayahu, named on this seal, is believed to have been one of the king's servants, perhaps playing a role in enforcing those reforms. And now, through his son, Yedayah, that moment in history is stamped in clay and delivered into our hands. The discovery has been called a doomsday warning, brought back from the dust, an artifact tied not just to bureaucracy, but to prophecy, crisis, and the very survival of a nation. A fingerprint, frozen in time, whispering of ancient choices and looming judgment. Back to you, Dave.
Looming judgment. That is a perfect story for you because whenever I see you, I realize there's always a lot of looming judgment going on behind your eyes.
Always. Nothing
Wow.
but.
Yeah.
Why?
It's the way she is. She's
Because
very judgy.
I'm very godlike.
I think the word you were looking for is clod-like. I could be wrong. I don't know.
Mhm.
Let's do this.
Thank
Let's take just another quick break. We'll come back. We've got more to discuss. We've got more news stories. And yes, Chachi has the last news of the night. And that's coming up relatively soon right here on the Paranormal 60 News.
A vampire in Rhode Island?
A UFO crash in Connecticut?
A flying moose in Maine?
A haunted bridge that calls your name?
New England is weird.
Really weird.
Wicked Strange by Jeff Belanger and Frank Grace is your ticket to the bizarre. Ghosts, monsters, urban legends, and roadside oddities you won't believe until you see them.
So pre-order now on Amazon. It drops September 2nd.
Assuming the Black Dog of West Peak doesn't get you first.
Let's get strange.
Wicked Strange. Pre-order your copy now on Amazon.
Hey, I'm excited, folks. Our Halloween Haunts and Hijinks event at the Palmer House Hotel coming up October 9th through the 12th. I'll be there with Dalen Spratt from the Ghost Brothers TV show, and psychic medium Diet Renee will be joining us as well. A weekend filled with paranormal investigations. We have a costume party the first night. We've got a lot of fun, investigations, psychic awakenings, gallery sessions. Dalen's going to also try to help us communicate using his spirit box. It's going to be a lot of fun. There's a magic box right there, and you'll get to see Dalen Spratt's magic box by attending. So come on out and be a part of it. Darknessevents.com. That's the website to check out for all of the upcoming events that I'll be a part of. Guys, I'm working on something big. This is a news episode, so I feel like something big is bubbling. Something big is brewing.
Oh, that sounds
And
bad.
if things work out the way I'm hoping to, I think we may have the very first official Paranormal 60 event. So
Finally.
all 10 of our
Finally.
Are
listeners
you
can
gonna
come
let us
together.
get on it?
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
yes,
I
gotcha.
can't let you guys be there, but I'll be hosting one. So
Tell us more, Dave. Tell us
I
more.
can't tell you more. I'm waiting to see how things progress, what's going on. But I think we've got something pretty cool in the works. I'm excited about. Speaking of in the works, holy cow, I should mention this. We are just a few weeks away from the debut of Paranormal Mysteries, the new TV series with me, Cindy Case, and Shane Pittman. It will be on Stream Beacon TV.
That's
So
exciting.
go check it out. Yeah. Go subscribe. There you go. Gregory,
Hey. Hey, buddy.
You've written about Roswell. I don't know if I've mentioned that to people,
Have
but
I?
you have a book called Roswell, the After Action
that.
Report, where you take a pretty comprehensive look at the entirety of the Roswell storyline. UFOs, is it safe to say UFOs are something that do fascinate you on a regular basis?
Absolutely.
So what did
Hey,
you make of
Ryan.
this news story when you saw the headline?
Are you talking? Did you send it to okay. Yeah. I thought it was amazing. The Navy building UFO tech.
Are you just now looking at the story for the first time, Greg? Greg, how about the movie
Here's
I
my
was going to have you
favorite
review? Should I just not even?
Minnesota's a long way from Texas, Dave. It takes a while for it to get here sometime.
I don't.
All right.
It's not the mail.
I'm not real clear on exactly what's expected of me.
It's only been almost 4 years. I understand.
Oh, hey, there's a UFO picture up there I'm supposed to be reading.
Yeah.
Imagine
Yep.
opening a government patent file and finding blueprints that look more like something out of the X-Files than modern aviation. That's exactly what happened when a series of patents surfaced from a Navy aerospace engineer named Salvatore Pais. The designs described craft that could fly through the air, dive into the ocean, and even operate in space seamlessly. And the propulsion system, not jet fuel, not rockets, but a strange electromagnetic drive that sounds eerily like the kind of thing often reported in UFO encounters. One of the most mind-bending ideas behind it is something called mass reduction. In theory, by creating intense electromagnetic fields, the craft could essentially shed its inertia, slapping through the air and water without resistance. Oh, wait, slipping through the air.
Okay, I had a question. Yeah, slapping is good. I like that.
I like slapping through the air without, I don't know. Okay. Push that even further and you start flirting with the manipulation of space-time itself. The patents even describe possibilities that sound suspiciously like faster than light travel. What makes this more than just science fiction is that the Navy didn't laugh these things out of the room. They backed them. The word was that other nations might be chasing similar technologies and the U.S. didn't want to be left behind. It suggests that at the very least, someone in power thought these ideas were worth protecting and maybe even worth building. Whether or not these experiments ever made it out of the lab, the patents opened the door to tantalizing thought. If military research is even entertaining such kind of propulsion, what does this mean for what's possible? Are we peeking into the early stages of a true technological revolution or staring at dreams sketched on paper? And here's the kicker. The designs line up almost perfectly with how witnesses have described UFOs for decades. Silent, fast, moving effortlessly, moving effortlessly through the sky and sea. It begs the question, are these patents simply inspired by sightings, or could they be an attempt to replicate technology that someone somewhere has already mastered? What do you think, Dave?
I think Sarah Shaw dropped $2 on us for everybody to have a happy Wednesday. Thank you, Sarah. I thought you did great till that one word, Greg, and then just unraveled.
Effortlessly.
That's ironic that that's the word that messed you up the most.
Oh, I stopped listening after slapping. I don't know what's happening.
Good God.
That's why really? In the song, in the intro song, Slappy and the Paranormal Detective. I thought that's what that used to say, but it was
no, not at all.
Slappy and the Colonel and the Paranormal Detective, and I'm like, is that Slappy? That was Chachi.
Chachi.
Yeah.
You have got the final story, sir, the final say of the night. Where are you taking us?
You know what that means? We got to down the last little sip we got here.
Here we go.
Sip. That's enough for most people's entire night. Yep. Oh, look at that.
Proud to love right there. Look at that.
Come on, sweetie. Finish it off.
No. You don't want
Oh.
that.
Oh, don't tell
So
me
Dave-
what I want. Yes.
Oh, do you want me to go on about magic boxes? Because I'll do that after I finish this, if that's what you want. Hold on.
Oh, wait, we're having some more technical
Oh,
difficulties.
poor
Oh,
Dana.
poor sweetie. I
I
thought
was
for
looking
sure she'd
forward to
make it
that.
through the whole episode. That was weird.
Ah.
Oh, wait, she's back. The
Technology
connection.
isn't great.
And she's back to pixelated, just like we like her. Yeah.
Okay, so here's the thing.
Yeah.
I am just looking at my list here, right? We got 5 minutes left, 4 minutes left. I have 11 different quotes, and no two are by the same person.
Oh, beautiful.
Okay.
Well, then let's do this. You do the last story, then everybody stay in. We'll hear the quotes, and then we'll all judge on what we think the winner should be.
Okay. All right.
One person did say Sweet Tea is overly judgy. So
Oh, that's
you can-
true, though. I
There's
always
the
am.
winner. There's the winner. We'll just give the dark.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
This is the story. The Matt Rife story that we've all been waiting
Oh, I
for.
like him.
Now, which one is Matt Rife?
The one with the lipstick.
That makes sense. So, Mr. Matt Rife took a bold step into the supernatural in a surprising move, which surprised no one. He's now the legal guardian of Ed and Lorraine Warren's infamous occult museum. And most importantly, he now owns the legendary Annabelle doll. And yes, experts, and by experts I mean Dave Schrader, are raising serious concerns. Paranormal investigators are sounding alarms over Rife's plan to open the museum to public tours and even overnight stays. Dave, is that where we're going to have our thing at?
Absolutely not. No,
Oh,
I can't afford Matt Rife.
Damn, okay. I was hoping that was it. They warn that this isn't just spooky marketing. It could be downright dangerous. Individuals close to the case said the museum was meant to be a controlled space, not a tourist attraction, and that its energy isn't something to treat lightly. Now, one respected paranormal figure, that we all know who I'm going to talk about here, painted a chilling analogy. Spirits that haven't crossed over feed off attention. The more fascination they get, the stronger and more aggressive. Just added an O where there wasn't one. They become.
And a couple
In
of
other
B's.
words,
Yeah.
Yep. I don't want to use too many letters. In other words, excitement could turn into something much, much darker. Now, tragically, these warnings aren't just theoretical. The concern comes hot on the heels of paranormal investigator Dan Rivera's sudden death during a tour with said doll. Whether coincidence or a cosmic warning, it's enough to make anyone pause. So tonight, I'm going to ask all of you, is Matt Rife opening a museum or unlocking something beyond our understanding? We're not just talking about haunted artifacts. We're talking about legacies, warnings, and the fine line between curiosity and peril. Dave?
Well, they make an interesting point, and you read about all the people that go in to see Zach Bagans' haunted museum and black out or pass out or stumble and fall and feel that it's something to do with the paranormal. And I've asked too, is there a certain level to which if a location is getting violent, getting oppressive and aggressive, is it the owner's onus to shut it down and just say, I can't let people in here for a while? The things are out of control. Now, I know there's a lot of places that ask you to sign a waiver, which I understand, and you are then making a commitment that you understand what you're doing going into this place, that you could face unseen forces. And so, I mean, there's some of that, but is that enough? If you feel like you've got a bunch of stuff that's dangerous and loaded with spiritual activity, I talked to Joe Frankie from the Warren Legacy Foundation and Education Center, and he didn't think there's much to these items. They were haunted, they were possessed. That he believes that they were handled by Ed and Lorraine Warren pretty well, so that there's no real danger associated with these items anymore. But then comes the question of, what's the culpability of people that are allowing others in? Should it be, hey, don't tell me don't tell me to wear a helmet if I don't want to wear a helmet. Don't tell me to wear a seatbelt if I don't want to wear a seatbelt. I'm making an adult decision to go to a haunted location to try to have an experience. does the onus just fall on the explorer, or should there be an element of it that falls on the owner?
Well, it comes down to like the government, right? The government makes all these laws. To your point about seatbelts, that's a simple one. Should we be made to wear them? And I remember being a younger gentleman than I am now, and I remember telling a buddy that I was riding with, who I was driving, not wearing my seatbelt. He said, "Why aren't you wearing your seatbelt?" I said, "Because it wrinkles my shirt." That's what I said, right? It was true. And his
The
response
best
to me was,
reasoning. Yeah.
no, but his response to me was, "But the blood on it from the accident should be okay, right?" And I'm like, "Oh, damn." Yeah, when you look at it, there's two sides to every story. So
Mhm.
literally ever since that day, I've been wearing a seatbelt. And with this, I think it comes down to we're all adults and we can make a decision. It's up to you at that point. There's a reason Ed and Lorraine did what they did. There's a reason Matt's doing what he's doing. Two
I would
polar
hope
opposite
it would
views.
be an educated decision and not just, I saw this in a movie, so I'm going to go check it out. But also, I don't know anything about Mike, that guy, that comedian. I don't know anything about him. I know he was big on the internet. That's all I know. Maybe we,
All you need to know. It doesn't matter.
I apparently
Maybe-
have been in a hole somewhere. How did he end up getting a hold of that
money.
stuff?
It's money.
Yeah.
But
How come
also-
Zach Baggins didn't outbid him on that stuff?
I don't
Money.
think. I'm sure he tried at some point, but I think, from my understanding, Matt bought the house and he's like leasing all of the pieces inside of it. If I understand the articles the way they've been written, so he's like he's the caretaker. But I don't think the items themselves are up for sale. I think they're just, instead of trying to move all that crap out of a basement, they're just leaving it there, and Matt Rife has rights to do with it as he pleases. It'll be interesting to see how it plays out. Yeah.
But what if he has this secret like knowledge where he's been studying and researching this for years and just kept it secret because he's a comedian? I don't know this guy. Like, I don't, you know what? It's fine.
Has he been
You
on
guys
any of his
educate
shows?
yourselves.
Yeah,
I'm
he's been
sorry?
on Ghost Adventures.
Oh, he was. Okay. All right.
Yeah, I don't. So what if he? I'm sorry, I don't understand the point, Sweet Tea. So what if he studied it all and he knows it? I'd prefer somebody that knows what they're doing goes in and buys this and at least has a better
That's what I'm
handle on it.
saying. Yeah. How do we know he doesn't know all of this? How does he know how do we know that he's not educating people that want to go see it? Well, we
do
don't
we
know
know
anything about this.
That he knows that we know that he
Thank
could
you.
know.
Thank you.
It's a lot of thinking.
Thank you.
So look, I found a book called The Darkling Bride.
Wow.
The novel,
Oh.
The Darkling
Amazing.
Bride. And
What?
throughout tonight's show, Chachi's been watching the comments. And I've told him to pick out some of his favorite comments, and that we will award this book and the dust cover. I'm going to include the dust cover because I love you people. The Darkling Bride. You will get this book. But we have to kind of vote now on our favorite comments from the night. Chachi, what are some of the comments you've picked and selected for this evening?
So, Dave, some of these were very timely. And by timely, I mean at a certain point in the show. So you have to think back. I will give you the time the comment was made. Go back in your mind to what was being said on the show at that time, and I think it'll make a lot more sense, okay?
Did you see the minute you started mansplaining, Sweet Tea totally tuned out? She just turned her head and looked away.
Wow.
That's the drugs, Dave. Listen.
See, mansplaining, Sweet Tea, is when a man explains to a woman because she's
Oh, is
probably
that what
not
that
able to
means?
follow easily what's going on. Yeah.
I thought it was about manwitches. Thank you.
No.
I
that's
love
different.
manwages.
Who
So
doesn't?
good. So good.
All
I
right.
think that may have just won the evening. I'm not sure. I love manwiches. That's pretty good.
Greg,
actually.
you are the winner.
Give me the book.
Darkling Bride.
All right, here we go. We're cutting it off right now. I've looked at the last few things here. This is what we've got. Alonzo. I shouldn't tell you who said it. That way, because we've got some favorites in here. Alonzo is one of my favorites. So I'm not going to give the name. I'm just going to tell you what was said.
Okay.
I'm closing the box and my eyes.
Okay.
Yeah, the
Interesting.
Being said.
Yep.
Chachi reminds me of when my drunk uncle would read me stories at night.
Ooh, that's uncomfortable.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
We already heard that
makes
Chachi
sense.
should be the new David Attenborough.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
A nice person said, "The world injures me?" Question mark. Ouch.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Okay. Yeah,
Is
that's a
the
good
ouch
one, right?
part of it?
I slept in a paranormal field and ended up with 1 million ticks.
Ah,
Get it? Yeah, see, Dave, you laughed. That was a good one, right?
Yeah,
Oh.
I
makes
like
me
it.
itchy. I'm
Someone
itching.
said that they were interested in magic holes.
Who isn't?
I was mesmerized by Sir Gregory's glorious cookie duster.
Um,
Good one, right? Okay. You remember the little picture of that little circle thing that looked like an Oreo?
Yeah.
Somebody said the creamy center has disappeared over the years.
Oh,
Happens to the best of us.
And finally, another Greg quote: "The stash of knowledge is strong with this one."
Ooh.
hey.
Ooh.
Okay.
Ooh.
T like that one the best. I
think I'm going to go with the staff
Right.
of knowledge, or the stash of knowledge, and Chachi reminds me of my own drunk uncle reading a story to me. Those are my two favorites.
Unsettling.
So you're settling?
Unsettling.
Oh, why don't we do this?
What?
Dave, can I make a recommendation?
You could try.
Since I made the decision, and Chachi, the quote was one of your favorites, we'll give your book to that. The person that liked Greg's stash, your second favorite, gets a Greg book.
Oh, just
No.
handing out Greg.
Oh,
doesn't
yeah.
have
Let's get him a book. Sure. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So, show of hands, Sweet Tea, do you prefer Greg's stash of knowledge or Chachi's
No, you
drunken
do.
uncle?
No,
Oh,
you do.
I don't like what Greg is saying right now. Also, I don't remember
What?
any of the other quotes, so I'll go with the Chachi one.
That's two for Chachi. Chachi, where do you go?
Oh, I thought that was my favorite of all of them.
And Greg Lawson.
I'm gonna have to go with Chachi. Do whatever
Yeah.
T wants to do.
You're such a bitter man. All right.
All
So
right.
who is the winner of the Darkling Bride?
Well, I got to be honest. This person's had some really good ones throughout the evening.
Mandy Hatch?
She was second.
Oh,
She's the one that said Dave took it out of my mouth. So she came in.
Oh, that's my first one. I want that one. I want to vote on that one.
We're going back, huh? Slacktastical was the
Slacktastic.
Chachi drunk uncle.
Wow.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
all right. Slacktastical. Email me, Dave at paranormal60.com. Dave at paranormal60.com. Let me know your address and that you're the big winner tonight of the Darkling Bride. Congratulations, the Darkling Bride. Maybe we'll have you come on and you can do a review of the Darkling Bride, which I don't believe is a paranormal book, but who knows? You'll have to read it and find out.
Excellent.
And
Is it
then who's the
erotic?
winner of Greg's stash book?
Greg's stash was Todd C.
Oh, Todd's already got my phone number, so y'all don't have to worry about any of that.
Was that your drunk
Sorry,
uncle?
Todd. If you lost my phone number, it's greghLawson@gmail.com.
Yeah.
Wow.
So send
your
Greg
phone number?
that. Greg will sign one of his many books and send it out to you. You don't know which
Look
one.
at that. Look
Could
at
be
that.
any one of them, probably.
Could be anyone.
Yeah, could be. We don't know. That's it, kids. Another week has come and gone. It's a pleasure catching up with you. Hopefully my life will begin to settle a little bit, but if not, I'm glad that we get these fleeting moments from time to time where we can all come together happily. So thank you. Thank you all for being a part of this.
Thank you.
From ghostly hands guiding the pen to AI rewriting our history books to relics and artifacts that still carry warnings from the past, tonight proved that the line between legend and reality is as blurry as ever. Whether it's the cursed Annabelle, a scientist dismissing the Bermuda Triangle, or Shakespeare himself whispering sonnets from beyond the grave, the mysteries just keep coming. And here at the Paranormal 60 News, we'll be here to chase every last one of these stupid stories just for you. Why? Because we love you. That's who we are here on the Paranormal 60 News.
It's Wednesday night and I'm alone. The Paranormal 60's on. It's just for paranormal freaks like me, with poltergeists and ghosts and blues and UAPs. You miss a word, you do a shot. It starts to snowball and we laugh a lot. It's just like like drinking with your TV friends. I'll be passed out before tonight's show ends. Dreaming the aliens are taking me away. I'll go wake up till sometime late on Saturday. It's Wednesday night and I'm alone. The Paranormal 60's on. Schrader's on. Schrader's on. Schrader's on. Sweet tea, Chachi and the Colonel and the Paranormal Detective. All these traders copy and they all will be directed. He's got protected bracelets and some crazy magic tricks. Even Scully cannot save him from the voice of Stevie Nicks. Schrader's on. Schrader's on. It's Wednesday night, don't be alone. The Paranormal 60's on. Now one day Dave might even put me on his show. There's a ghost in my mom's basement, man, I live down there, I know. It's Wednesday night, don't be alone. The Paranormal 60's on.